So real quickly, I did a tier list about a month ago, so talking about potential characters showing up in future installments of the Super Mario Brothers movies. That Illumination is they're going to be beginning with the first one, them and Nintendo, but with everything going somewhat in a positive direction, and the hype for this one, basically being beyond I think anything Illumination and Nintendo expected. There's no doubt whether it succeeds at the box office or does somewhat of a decent run, that we will get a sequel, maybe a multitude of sequels. But excuse me again. But the one thing I talked about in that tier list is again who could be showing up, and one character I said that potentially could show up at the end of the first film, sort of like an extra credit scene, post credit scene, if you will, mid credit, post credit, whatever you want to call it. It's got to be Daisy. It's got to be Daisy. I mean, she is a very popular character, very beloved character. People are always wondering why she's not, getting a lot of shine and all that, except for being in, multi-character games, multi-character, Mario games, or, things like that, or like, being sort of like the, I guess you could say, shadow player of Peach in Smash Brothers Ultimate, even though she is in it on her own, but basically has a similar move set and stuff, you know, as well as the fact that she just, got added almost like at the last minute as free DLC, in Mario Strikers, in the new Mario Strikers. So a lot of people love this character, and they're always curious why she's not getting a lot of love in return. But obviously, Nintendo still sees her as a viable character. So, to me, I think it's kind of like a win-win on both agendas. It's just that Nintendo doesn't see her kind of like in the same stratosphere yet as Peach, and I think that's what's kind of holding the character back. Which is why I believe that should a sequel occur, which there's no doubt there's going to be a sequel, I think we can pretty much agree that, like I said, depending on how this does financially, it's going to do well enough to where a sequel will come into play. I think obviously her being part of this Mario movie franchise in coming installments is the direction to go in, and I think her appearing in a post-credit, mid-credit scene to lead into that fact is the best way to go, because not only do you finally you know finally give her a bigger presence than she's had before, but you set up the fact that she's going to be a major player going forward into these movies. And then after that, if you want to do a series of animated films based on the Super Mario Brothers universe, you go from, Peach, princess-wise, you go from Peach, you add in Daisy, then obviously next up you would have to add in Rosalina. And Rosalina, obviously from Super Mario Galaxy, would be possibly the third one to bring in if you do like a third movie. That's just my opinion. But honestly, like I was saying just real quickly, it makes sense, and like I say, you're going to do a series of movies. Daisy, obviously, from a princess standpoint, is the logical next step. Rosalina, of course, in the third, and you just expand from there. And to me, again, it gives her a bigger platform, gives her more notoriety, and positions her to get into maybe more, mainstream game involvement besides just the multiplayer kind of stuff, multi-character kind of stuff. So, yeah, in my opinion, Daisy, I think, will be the next character that shows up in the second Mario film, if they do one, which I think they will, based on the hype and everything that this film is getting, and basically the obvious success that's gonna, evolve from, So I do expect her to show up. I think, in a way, she might be responsible for Luigi escaping Bowser. I mean, I just get this feeling, We're always gonna wonder, like, is he gonna, escape on his own? Is he gonna get help from Mario? Is he gonna get saved by Mario and Peach? And I think obviously, the best guess, in my opinion, will be Daisy. Daisy will be the one that mysteriously helps him. We won't know about it until maybe the end, mid or end credits. And yeah, I think that's how she gets set up to appear in the second film. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Do you think Daisy will be set up for the second film in a mid to post-credit scene? Let me know down below in the comments as well as the live chat during the premiere. Like the video. You will get an audio podcast version of this as BW Rose's Discussions and all your favorite audio podcast platforms except for Pandora. Click on the Teespring store icon on the upper left-hand corner of the end screen. And until next time, guys, let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think I'm right on the money here? Or do you think maybe they might, swerve us? What are your thoughts? I'll talk to y'all later.